If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Sun Tzu. War is part of life. It's in the nature of most living organisms to engage in battle, defeat opponents, and to dominate. With humans, we see this happen in war, in business, on the soccer field, in video games, in a nightclub, and even on YouTube. And chances are that when we're not engaging in a battle with our environment, we're waging war against ourselves. The Art of War by Sun Tzu is an ancient Chinese military text, composed of 13 chapters that are devoted to the strategic and tactical aspects of warfare. The Art of War explains in detail how we must behave in battle and, more importantly, how to win. What makes a strong army? In what manner should we approach the enemy on enclosed terrain? And how should we use spies to garner information or to spread fake news? Aside from specific tips on combat, the art of war has a profound philosophical side to it. Sun Tzu argues that war shouldn't be taken lightly, that the highest form of warfare is defeating the enemy without fighting, and that being still and inscrutable is the business of a general. He emphasizes the use of intelligence over brute force and teaches us how to win battles the smart way. The beauty of the art of war is that its wisdom can be applied to our modern lives as well, even in times of peace, when we don't have to deal with bloodshed, but rather with work, sports, and daily conflicts in general. This video explores the wisdom of Sun Tzu's work, The Art of War. Sun Tzu, also known as Master Sun, was a military strategist and philosopher who lived about 2,500 years ago and is traditionally appointed the author of the Art of War. But some Chinese scholars doubt the existence of Sun Tzu and believe that the Art of War is a compilation of works by different authors. Sun Tzu, supposed to have lived during the time of the Zhou dynasty, around the time that the Taoist sage Lao Tzu and philosopher Confucius lived. His birthplace is disputed. Some say he was born in the state of Qi, others believe in the state of Wu. But the oldest available sources agree that he was a general and strategist who served the king of Wu. Throughout the ages, Sun Tzu's work inspired numerous people within the military as well as outside the military. The Vietnamese general Vo Nguyen Giap, for example, defeated the French during the Battle of Dien Bien Phu by using tactics described in The Art of War. And Brazilian soccer coach Luiz Felipe Scolari used the ancient strategy guide to win the 2002 World Cup. The Art of War emphasizes the importance of good preparation. The underlying philosophy is that victory and defeat are already decided before the battle is fought. This means that with sufficient knowledge and calculations, it's possible to estimate the chances of winning a battle. Which side is stronger? Who is more likely to win? Good research is essential. And if necessary, we need to employ spies to acquire the necessary information. We must know what we're up against and be realistic about our strengths and weaknesses. To create an obedient army, it's vital for a leader to know his soldiers. Every kind of soldier needs a different treatment. Self-awareness is the key, as if we know ourselves, we know which enemies we're able to defeat and which enemies we should run from. Oftentimes, it's better to avoid conflict if that avoids great loss. According to Sun Tzu, the highest victory is defeating the enemy without even fighting. Unfortunately, this ideal isn't always an option. That's why in life, we ought to pick our battles carefully, knowing which are worth fighting and which are a waste of energy and resources. And the battles we choose must be fought as efficient as possible. The strength of an army is limited. Even the biggest army in the world can run out of equipment, fuel, army vehicles, and of course the soldiers who operate them. Lengthy wars are disastrous for a country and its resources and will only exhaust those that participate. Thus, the best way to win a battle is by striking quickly, with the minimal use of resources. Don't destroy the enemy's cities and resources when we can use them for our own. And don't needlessly kill the enemy's soldiers when they can join our ranks. Here we begin to see the Taoist influences in Sun Tzu's way of thinking, as he doesn't advocate for mindless destruction, but for waging war intelligently and leaving the enemy as intact as possible, so their force can become our own. I quote, "In war, better take a state intact than destroy it. Better take an army, a regiment, a detachment, a company intact than destroy them. Ultimate excellence lies not in winning every battle, but in defeating the enemy without ever fighting. The highest form of warfare is to attack strategy itself, the next to attack alliances, the next to attack armies. The lowest form of war is to attack cities. Siege warfare is the last resort." End quote.
End quote. Fin de citation. Bonne journée.